Gamer Geeks Are Us, and welcome to the stream, everybody. We're gonna do some late night ranting, um, basically covering RP, which once again has become another sore spot for me. Um, I'm being joined tonight by special guests, Anime Gamer and a good friend, Dominator. Welcome to the stream, guys. So, um, first off, if anybody sees the stream, um, it says keeping. I have a little donation thing going on. I don't know what's going on with my mic, which is normal. I've been fighting with this thing for like a while now. Um, I have a little thing for the Discord bots is I oversee a couple of servers and they have personal bots. And the personal bots, I love having the personal bots because it's personalized to the server. Unfortunately, they cost me every year. They're like, I'm not gonna lie, it's $90 a year to keep these personal bots going. If anybody wants to donate anything, that's super great. I mean, I'm overseeing a Bridge Goku's Kingdom and another good friend, Princess Kanoko, or Queen Kanoko now, because she's no longer a princess. She's the queen, Queen of Saiyans. Love her to death. So if anybody wants to donate, that's fine. If not, that's super cool. Get the word out, share it around. Anyway, we're gonna jump right into. I was just telling Anime Gamer Gaming before Dom popped back into here. I went through some serious BS yesterday, and you know what? I'm not even gonna bother to censor myself. This isn't. I didn't put this as kid friendly. It was complete bullshit. Hi, Serenity. Nice to see you. Yesterday, for those of you who do know me, I am a real life grandmother. I've not seen my granddaughter since she was born, and she just had a birthday on Sunday. She turned 2 years old. I got to see all the pictures. Thanks to COVID, I haven't been able to see her. And then suddenly yesterday, a bunch of pictures showed up on my mother's wall. Now, anybody who knows me knows that my mother and I are not seeing eye to eye because I do believe the woman has smoked herself stupid. And my brothers feel the same way. And a bunch of pictures showed up of an apparent birthday party of my granddaughter out at my mother's house. And when I contacted my siblings about this, about whether or not their kids had gotten a chance to come out for this birthday party, nobody else knew anything about it. So we are all absolutely just livid. This is probably the lowest that I've ever seen my mother pull on us, and that really, really hurt me. And I don't understand parents nowadays. I mean, when you become a parent, you're a parent for life. It's not just 24/7 until they hit 18 and then kick them out. You're a parent for life. And I just don't understand how you could do that when you know that, you haven't, people have, my brothers and their families have not even met my granddaughter yet. And this is, and for that to happen when everybody's right there, right around the corner from my mother's house. Dude, it was just one of the hardest things that my sister-in-law wrote my mother a very lengthy message about don't even bother anymore. Aw, thanks for the hugs. I don't understand parents. I really don't. It's not like when I grew up. My grandparents never would have pulled that. Not ever. I just both my brothers and my mom, or both my brothers and myself, we're all just at the point where just I don't even know how I don't know how I fucking feel about this outside of just general rage, Oh, you guys can't hear me? Holy crap. What, you can't hear me in the stream? Oh, Discord. Seriously, is Discord?
There we go.
Can you guys hear me?
There we go. Yeah. Now we can.
Okay, now that was just really. Yeah, that was just kind of weird. Okay, so basically what I was saying was this is just like it's complete bullshit what my mother pulled with having this, and I know this was a planned out party because there was a full birthday cake made, and my mother makes cakes. She had this thing made and decorated, and I'm just like, are you kidding me? And I alerted my sister-in-law and my brother, and everybody's just pissed off. I just don't even know how I'm supposed to even like feel about it.
Yeah. Well, it's like that Will Smith song. Parents just don't understand.
No, you know what? I'm a parent, and I'll tell you what. When my kids were growing up, I I didn't spoil them, but I did ensure that they had everything they needed, which was important. And when they did good, I rewarded that because you want to encourage that good behavior. And my mother never did the same thing for us. She'll if you listen to her now, she always made it sound like, oh, she babysat all this and did all that and blah 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 blah. And she told my sister-in-law that nobody ever watched her kids, which is complete bullshit. And I even told my sister-in-law last night about that. I'm like, no, that's complete bullshit because she had babysitters for us, and then when I got old enough, I was stuck babysitting, and I didn't get paid a fucking penny. So for my mother to whine that she's not getting paid for this is is perfect karma, you know. But I just can't understand why be that deceptive. I have not seen my own granddaughter since she was born. Neither has my mother.
And it wasn't like a message of like offending you or anything when I said parents just don't understand.
Oh no.
You know, the bad parents and everything.
No, I get that. I really do. It's just why? Why? What the hell must you be thinking to not invite the rest of the family knowing they're all home? You know, it's like
I don't know.
my brother was right. My mother has smoked her, and I'm going to say it. My mother has smoked herself retarded. And I don't mean like and that's not, and you have to understand the way I grew up and the way oh, thank you. You have to understand the way I grew up. I'm very respectful towards people with mental disabilities because they have legit reasons for why they are, and I totally respect that. I'm totally cool with them. But if I call somebody retarded, it doesn't mean that I'm calling you retarded like you've got mental disabilities. I'm calling you retarded because you're fucking stupid. Okay, and that's not being stupid like as your normal sense of stupid. That is stupid beyond the limit of stupid. And uh, yesterday's little BS session was completely that. I cannot begin to tell you just how badly my whole family is against this woman now. And that's our mom. You get deeply ingrained that you love this person. She's supposed to look out for you. She's supposed to protect you. And then when you get older and you finally see the other side of the coin, you're just sit back and you're like, wow, why did I not ever see this? Well, because you love the person. And
Yeah.
I love her.
Same with my father.
I love her, but seriously, oh my god. Go.
Yeah, it was the same with my father because, like, to be honest, my father was like a superhero to me growing up as a kid. And I'll explain how that retard thing, you know, I grew up with that word like all the time. Like I was told that by many kids, and kids back then were like really cool to me growing up. And I've heard names like freak, retard, among other things, and it's just. And whenever I hear other people say it, I know they're not referring to me, but it still, you know, it still makes me remember when I was a kid growing up, and it's just a word But I know it's not that common. But anywho, my dad, like I was saying, I know where you're coming from because you never saw the other side of the coin until you grew up, and then you realize, oh wow, that person is a monster. So yeah, it's
I
hard.
honestly, honestly, Trinity, I really can't answer you. I really can't answer you on that one.
Yeah,
How about you, Anime? You got something to weigh on? Add on that one?
yeah. Go ahead, man. What you got, man?
Alrighty, so I got plenty.
I know you do.
Do tell,
Yeah.
brother. Do tell.
All right. So me personally, it whenever as I was growing up, it was all fine and dandy, which is how it typically is for plenty of us. And then I hit a certain even before 18, and my intelligence went from one just barely above basic level all the way to almost exceeding advanced in my intelligence in just a matter of in 1 to 2 school years, because a big beyond big extreme whiff of life itself hit me in the face.
Right.
And I mean it figuratively, not literally, obviously. But then ended up leading to some people would end up saying how at times the parents are the ones that become the monsters. Others may say the child becomes the monster. And there's even a couple that say both sides. Well, for me, it literally ended up being come to a certain point. What it got to a certain point to where me and my dad ended up bonking heads almost nonstop.
Right.
We've literally almost sent each other to the hospital, and I mean that literally.
Wow.
Yeah, there's been, yeah, we bonk heads. So needless to say, whenever I see people also having parent issues, father issues, and all that, that's how I'm so understanding, and I've been able to help as many people as I have through those issues. I've been through a little too much of those experiences.
Mhm.
Yeah. Mother issues, dad issues. Like it's when somebody understands, they really do understand, and that's respectable. Anime. I respect
Yeah.
that, man. I respect that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And going back to my boy.
I was gonna say, you know, it's to go on what you were saying, Anime, about who becomes the monster. I can honestly say that I've seen both sides. You know, I never will proclaim to be the best kid. In fact, my whole family knows it. We've all seen it. My mother does not like me even close to what she has for my brothers. I am nothing but a giant disappointment to her. And this woman has blasted lies about me all over Facebook. And she finally did it in front of my sister-in-law, who my sister-in-law, she's religious, she's a sweetheart, she's a great mom. Um like she was already she no, she's not a saint. She'll even tell you she's done some things in her life. But she's a good person, and she likes to see the good in everybody. And when my mother, to give you the example of what happened, my sister-in-law posted up something that said, "It's sad to think that because of political reasons I have lost friends." Okay, now note the key word there is friends. Okay? And and myself, I understand this. I have lost friends because they did not like who I voted for the last time. And that became a sore subject for 4 years. And on the other side of the coin, I was very understanding. I did not mock them. I did not call them names. I did not anything. I just was like, I respected your decision to vote for that person, but I voted for this one, so why can't you just leave me alone about it? You know? But I posted on there that I understood because I'd actually lost some friends. And I was like, it's kind of hard because I thought some of these friends were like, they've been with me for a long time. And then the next thing I know, my mother is on there blasting me. All these lies she's telling people. I can't hold it any longer. She's been trying. She threatens my life all the time. She's made a hobby of it. That's all she's ever done in her life was threaten me. And I'm like, I'm sitting there and I'm reading this. It's like you literally have to scroll down to read this shit. And I'm reading this and I'm like, my jaw is like literally on my desk. I am like, wow, what the fuck, woman? I mean, literally, I was literally not even calling her mom. I'm like, what the fuck, Marie? I mean, like, literally, I'm just like pissed. I'm like, why are you writing this shit? And I finally, because she's writing lie, and then she's filling it up with, and then she's following it up with, but I love her, and I'm sitting there like, you fucking love me? You what? So I'm like, all right, let's do this. So I'm like, why don't you tell people the real reason why we're not talking? It's not because she's trying to tell people that she stopped talking to me because I'm toxic and I'm a monster that's on. I am trying to make everybody feel bad for her, and I'm on all this medication, and I need to be hospitalized and all this stuff. And I'm sitting here like, I do? How the fuck? So finally I'm like, why don't you tell them the real truth about why we're not talking? How about we tell them about when I met you at the post office and I asked you how you were doing because I love you and you're my mom and I wanted to see how you were since I hadn't talked to you in a month, and you deliberately went off screaming like a 3-year-old having a temper tantrum about fucking Trump. I said, and you couldn't even shut up. I said, all you kept doing is raging, and when I finally asked you, why are you screaming it like this at me? Then all of a sudden it was, because you're so stressed out about COVID and how my better half and I go to all these events and do our business, and how we're going to get COVID and we're going to just die. And I'm sitting there like, really? Yeah, I think I'm that fucking stupid? I'm like, okay, all right. I'm like, when I finally finished the paragraph, I was already steaming. I'm crying. Now I'm crying because I never thought in my wildest dreams this woman would do this to me. She's done some pretty shady shit to me. But this really took the cake. And my sister-in-law and a couple other people actually got to see this. And my sister-in-law deleted the whole post, and she messaged me, and she's like, I am so sorry. And I'm like, no, it's not you. I said, honest to God, you finally see exactly what I've been telling all you guys for the last several years about this woman. I said, I have been trying to tell you guys until I'm blue in the face, and nobody wanted to listen to me, and now you've seen it. And she's like, I never thought it was like that. I'm like, seriously, it is like that. And for the longest time since this happened, there has been zero contact between me and my mother. And so up until yesterday, it's been, like I said, it's been basically radio silence. Then all of a sudden her Facebook just lights up with pictures of my granddaughter, and I'm like, I felt like somebody just stabbed the rest of my heart to death with a red hot poker. Yeah. And I am yeah, and so I messaged the family members. I'm like, did you guys know about this? And they're like, no. Did you? And I'm like, no. So now everybody's pissed off at her. So I kind of feel bad about that, but now after thinking about it, no, I don't feel bad at all because that's some really shady shit right there. You just don't do that.
Yep. That's understandable.
I mean, seriously.
And what's your mom?
I don't care how pissed off
Mom?
I don't care how pissed off I am at my mother. I'm still if my granddaughter was coming up for a birthday party and none of us had seen her or even met her before, I would invite everybody. And I would tell them, look, just everybody forget your little hatreds right now. Come meet my granddaughter. You know, let's all just have a good time together. Let's all pretend we're a family for once. I would never have discluded her. But for that to happen is just like, wow, what in the holiest of unhells did just hit me with?
You know, it's funny that you bring that up because, like, the same scenario happened to me and my mom's situation with her mom's death. My mom was literally, once again, casted as the outcast in her family, and she didn't understand why.
Mm-hmm.
She was literally like, I never asked for any of this. I never, like, wanted to be like this. And then she was basically asking her family, can we please get along for my mom's sake? And she was even confronting her sister about this. She was basically saying, like, you may have lost a mom, Rhea, and that's her sister's name. She's like, you may have lost a mom, Rhea, but she was my mom too. Understand that. And I have never seen, well, that's an understatement right there. That's a stretch. I've seen her angry, but I've never seen her this hurt angry. And when she was like explaining all of the frustration, all of the, all the years of, loneliness that she let out to Rhea, she let it all out. And she was basically saying, I'm done being the excuse. I'm done being your all's excuse for your mistakes and whatnot. She was just tired. So very tired.
I could feel that.
She was tired. She was angry. And at that moment, after she hung up with her sister,
thank you.
she looked at me and she was like, yeah, thank you. She looked at her sister. Well, she looked at me. Poorly. She looked at me and she was in tears. She was just like, why has this happened to me? And I couldn't help but bring my mom in for a hug. I was like, it's okay. It'll be okay.
Yeah,
And I held her in silence as she cried in my shoulder.
See, it's hard, I want to still love my mom. I really do. But after what she's pulled and everything, it's so hard for me to find that love still.
Closure.
Well, I'm always going to love her. That's ingrained. She's my mom, And when you and I do, well, honestly, I'm a pagan. I really don't believe too much into the Bible itself, but I do believe it did have some valid messages in it. One of them being, you treat others the way you want to be treated. The other one, honor. It says in the Bible, honor thy mother and father. You can honor them all you want. You don't have to like them. You don't have to love them. And that's I guess that's where I'm at right now. I respect the fact that she gave birth to me. But after everything's all said and done, I just can't feel the love anymore. And that really hurts because deep down I still do, but most of me is just like, I'm done. I can't handle it. I don't want the stress of this. Every time I turn around, I gotta worry about if she's telling people about me, what she's saying about me. You know, what is she telling her little fuck off friends about me? What's she telling my own family about me? Well, now I know what she's telling my family. Nothing, because they don't want to hear it. You know, my brothers have got my back, and I've got theirs. We're all we need, you know? But still, in the same aspect, she's not getting any younger. And I think the most distressing part is now it's like she's pushed us all to the point where we don't even want to bring, like, my sister-in-law doesn't want to bring her kids around her anymore.
Right.
You know, she even sent her a message saying you can't have a fake relationship with them just because you get to talk to them on Facebook. You know, it's at that stage.
Yeah, go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry I interrupted.
Oh no, you're good. I was getting a drink. Anyway, so there's that amount of bullshit that's just been like weighing on my head since yesterday. It really a lot of it broke my heart because I haven't seen my granddaughter in 2 years, and she celebrated her birthday I couldn't even make it to, and then turn around and there's another birthday party yesterday, one planned out that nobody else knew about. It was kind of like a really big slap in the face. It hurt all of us.
It was more like a spit in the face. It was more like a spit in the face.
More like a kick in the dick.
Yeah. Well, two things I want to get off my chest. One thing is, there's an old saying. They say that friends is one thing, but family is forever. And that's true. You only get one family. And that's it.
Yeah.
And the second thing regarding family is, I'm not trying to tell you how to run your life, Chris, but I'm just saying that if it was my mother, I'd figure out how to work things out. I mean, me, I'm still working in the process of working things out with my father. True, I still hate the guy's guts. I mean, but yet I do give him credit. He put me in this world for a reason, so I give him props for that. Fart.
To go on that, dude, I have tried. I've tried so many times for her to turn around and stab me in the heart. I can't do it anymore. You hit a limit of how many times you've tried to meet someone halfway or try to make the first advance or try to be the better person. You know, you can only do it so much before you've just finally sit back and go, why am I wasting my efforts on a person who doesn't want to change? And that other person, the other person has to want change just as bad as you do. You know, she'll sit there and cry. I remember this one. She'll sit there and cry about how nobody comes to visit me, nobody loves me anymore. And it's like, that's because every time we show up, all you do is fucking bitch about Trump. The guy's not even in office anymore, and she still has a hate boner on this guy. It's like, dude. Really? Seriously? Lose the hate boner. Maybe we would all talk to you more. Maybe stop doing so much other activities, and maybe we would probably want to talk to you a lot more. You know? But you can only do so much if the other party does not want to change. And as far as that whole family thing goes, blood may make you related, but loyalty makes you family. I've got some serious friends who are more family to me than my own mother is to me.
That's respectful.
And out of all my fans and everything, all my followers, I've got some of them who have pretty much just adopted us into the family. For everything we've done for 9 years with doing Great Lakes Thunder, we're over 10,000 fans and followers, you know, and that's beautiful. Half of them don't even view themselves as fans and followers. They're like, we're family, you're family, get over here. You know, we get invited to birthday parties, we get invited to weddings, we get invited, and we're not there to take pictures or videos. They want us there because they actually love being around us, and I can't even get that out of my own family, and that hurts. That people that I'm learning about that started off as followers and became friends, that they view us more like family than my own mother views me. You know, that hurts.
Speaking of family, it does. Speaking of family, I do gotta ask Chris. This may be a stretch to ask this question, but would you like a hug, a virtual hug?
Sure, why not? I'm down for hugs.
I'm gonna send.
This is hug time. If you want to do the hug, do the hug. Get it in now. This will never happen again. Ah, big hugs.
Figured I'd send you that gift because, like, you needed that because you've been like a really good friend.
I appreciate it. Thank you. But anyway, let's get off that topic. Let's go into RP. Alright, so I'm gonna start this off with, and I know this person ended up in one of the servers that I oversee. I seen something that made me go, what in the fuck were you thinking? So we have a person who apparently claims that they are now pay attention to these words, full-blooded, half-wolf, and Saiyan dragon hybrid. But they're also a goddess, too. And I sat there and I went, okay, full-blood means that they are full-blooded one thing. And they're a half-wolf, and they're a Saiyan, and they're a dragon, and they're a hybrid who's also a god. I think my brain literally just exploded again, because the first time I read that, I went, wait, huh? And I can't wrap my head around the stupidity of this, and people, and I mean, okay, so full-blooded means, like, if you're like Vegeta or you're like Goku, you're full-blooded Saiyan. Full-blooded means that it's exactly what you are. There's nothing else in there mixed in. So right there, full-blooded is off the table, because now she's also part wolf, and she's part Saiyan, and she's part dragon hybrid. But she's a god. Bullshit. You're not gonna get me to believe you're a god. You know, scratch that shit right off the table. So now we've got wolf, dragon, Saiyan, hybrid. Alright. So anybody who knows my character's background knows that in an alternate universe, my character was a slave, and her first child is a dragon Saiyan crossbreed, because his father is a slave version of Vegeta. So the lineage is, I will grant that if something happens, so in a case of that can happen, but it has to be like a legit reason. And the case was alternate universing, Vegeta at that point was a slave, and so was Cursa. And to combat all the bullshit that they would have to go through, they ended up becoming romantically inclined. And they still, like, every once in a while, Cursa will still see him if she goes void hopping. But outside of that, there's nothing really else, because he's now married off to somebody else and blah, blah, blah. But I will grant that certain situations can happen. Now, the whole wolf Saiyan dragon hybrid bullshit? No. Because how'd you get the wolf in there? Wolves are smart. Wolves are smart, but dragons and humans are way smarter. So who screwed the wolf? Because I'm kind of curious here.
I'm curious about who screwed the dragon.
Yeah, because the dragon certainly did. The dragon the dragon certainly didn't go screwing the wolf. And there's no way. There's no way. I'm sorry, but if you're talking about a regular sized wolf and in comparison to a dragon, that dragon would use that thing like a dildo. Seriously.
Oh God. Jesus.
Okay, so that situation, that would be like a chihuahua mounting up a Great Dane. Okay, it's just, it.
How did donkey get with dragon? How the fuck did that work?
Okay, so like you're talking about a smaller dragon there, a much smaller dragon, and that whole dream, that whole okay, so that whole DreamWorks thing, you know, it's I don't get me wrong, I love Shrek. I think it was a really good story.
Oh God.
I think it was a really good movie and everything, but yeah, that was really kind of messed up, especially the offspring, because the offspring should have looked more like a better cross between the two of them. A donkey with dragon wings and a dragon tail, maybe some horns. A dragon with long ears, maybe. You know, they're not gonna come off as a dragon body and a donkey head. It never works like that. It's a great joke
Oh,
about what Darwin's grab bag really is, but seriously, yes, that was kind of like a mixed up thing right there, and that kind of made me sit back and go, "Wow, you guys are taking so many liberties right there. You're teaching kids the wrong shit." You know,
oh God.
I mean, look at
Poor kid.
so here's a good one. Look at if you've seen the movies about How to Train Your Dragon, when when
Love those movies.
when Toothless and the Light Fury get together and they show the offspring are all like they show similarities of their parents, the black and white, you know. It's just there's similarities that you see, and
Right.
that's what genetics is really about. Don't be teaching kids that if you mate something like a donkey and a dragon, you're gonna get a dragon body with a donkey head or some shit like that. Because then you're gonna like mess so many kids' brains up about that kind of stuff. So when they get into school, they're gonna be like, "But wouldn't that give it a head like this?" No, it's genetics. Don't even get into that shit with me. But yeah, going back on that whole dragon wolf saying bullshit. Um, yeah, I'm really curious about who got the wolf. Seriously.
If I had to guess, I'm pretty sure it was the same. I mean, if I had to guess, it was probably the same.
Oh, Darnell, that mix was the mix was full blooded half wolf and dragon Saiyan hybrid.
With a bit of God in there.
Oh yeah, and it's a goddess too. Yeah, it's a god too. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, that's what I said. And I really wanted to correct this. I really wanted to correct this person because, like, in general RP, you know, to ascend to godhood, which a lot of people don't seem to understand this, you need at least one higher god or two lesser gods to
Right.
do a proper ascension. You know, and Saiyans, I understand it's a little bit different because you need the whole uh 5 or 6 pure-hearted Saiyan blah 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 make a Saiyan god trick, and that's great because that's right there is creative thinking. But in any other yeah, in any other circumstances though, you need other gods to ascend you, not just I
Exactly.
woke up one morning and I'm a god. It doesn't work like that, stupid. But
Yeah,
go,
that's kind of like if you're waking up one day and you feel like you're OP as fuck. You're not OP as fuck. First of all, you gotta learn the basics. Nobody's gonna be like OP overnight, unless you're like, bear with me, Chris, and I know how much you hate him. Believe me, he's one of my favorites, but not super favorites, but Superman. You're not Superman overnight, so yeah,
oh,
let's go with let's clear that up right now.
Oh, let's go on Superman for a second, okay? Yeah, you're right. I hate Superman. I do hate Superman. I've always felt that the fight between Batman and Superman would always be Batman because Superman relies too heavily on his abilities and not enough of his brain, where Batman is forced to rely on his brain all the time because he does not possess super abilities. And that's why I like Batman way over Superman. Now, I did see them, and I've seen all the Superman movies. I won't lie, I did watch them when I was younger, with Christopher Reeve. I didn't really watch the newest one. I just really wasn't that interested. But
That one was with Henry Cavill, correct?
yeah, but I did watch Brightburn, and Brightburn is basically what if Superman as a child wasn't good, if he didn't turn good. And I thought that was an incredibly great movie about the dark side of what Superman could have become. And I loved it because for all the goodness in the world, you have to have a balance of bad. You have to have a balance of evil. And to think that if he had actually gone evil like that, oh god, I would have liked him a lot more. I really would have. I would have been more of a Superman fan if he actually showed that dark side more than all this goody, I'm gonna save the world and all this other crap. And
Hey, Lois Lane, you doing okay?
oh yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And let's see here. Oh yeah, since we're being on the topic of evil Superman, what's your thoughts about the Injustice Superman? I mean, because he went evil, but what's your thoughts on that? I want your take, Chris.
Honestly, I don't think he went evil enough.
Okay,
Hang on a second.
explain. Oh, okay. Yeah, I kind of felt the same way. Not evil enough. I mean, you know where I'm coming
Yeah.
from, anime?
Yep. I completely understand.
Yeah. And Superman, he's not one of my favorite superheroes. Don't get me wrong. I mean, he's okay, but I'm more of a Batman guy myself.
Whew, sorry about that. Lost my voice for a second.
Welcome back.
Oh, thank you. Like I said, I don't think he was evil enough. I mean, like if you were making a comparison between what he did in Injustice League versus like wow, I'm still losing my voice. Like what he was in Brightburn, I would just tell you, just straight out, he was like the Diet Coke of evil. 1%, not evil enough.
Diet Coke of evil.
But
That's a good comparison.
I'm like I said, I really have no interest in Superman. Like on Fortnite, they're like, "Oh, Superman's coming!" I'm like, "Yay!" Somebody else like a shoot in the head, you know. Um, I said the same thing about LeBron James too, and I'm really glad I said that because the other night my brother and I got wasted out by a LeBron James, and we're both like, Michael Jordan was better, you know. Yeah, you don't want to get me started on that one. But Superman for me is just the only way I see him as evil now is if I think of how the Brightburn movie was, because I understand they went with the Injustice League and everything, and that was a nice twist on it a little bit. But at the same time, if you think about, I think it was Superman 2, yeah, Superman 2 with Christopher Reeve, they had him split to where Clark Kent was Clark Kent, all the goodness of
And
Superman, and then Superman himself became the evil side, and he was going around doing supposedly evil stuff, which it really wasn't evil. It was more like he's drinking and he's sleeping with the woman and all this stuff, and it's like
just basically being a bull.
it's just basically just a mean bully. He's not being a villain. A villain to me is like like I said, we'll go back to the Brightburn movie, murdering somebody, and I'm not gonna give like details, but the one person that turns up missing, the way that person is found, that's evil. Okay, that to me is evil. Being a bully is one thing, being mean is another, and then doing stuff like that's the definition of evil. But
Right.
that's me. That's how I feel.
But when you look up evil, you think Brightburn, you think of like another villain who literally stands out as one of the greatest villains of all time. You can disagree, agree.
Yeah.
I mean, it's up to you guys really. But the one villain that stands out for me, without a doubt, as being the best villain of all time, the Joker.
Yes. Okay. Hands down, the Joker is one of the most perfect examples of a psychotic killer, but an intelligent, one at that, and one of the top-notch villains. No one will ever like be able to top that, because the Joker is on his own level of evil. He's not good. Yeah. There's just really no comparison,
Yeah, he essentially is chaos. Like, he believes himself to be an idea of destruction and an idea of chaos, and believes that he's part of the grand plan. And in most cases, like, he seems like he is. He makes it seem like he's humanity fully realized. You understand?
Oh yeah, I get it.
I mean, that's what's really sick about him. And the worst part about it is, you don't know how he got this way. We don't know if he was born this way or whether he had to go through traumatic events in his life. But either way, this guy is fucking bad news.
It's interesting how he's been played out over the years. I mean, Heath Ledger did a really nice job on him. I liked his Joker. I for one will always be Michael Keaton, Jack Nicholson, Batman and Joker right there. I loved how Jack Nicholson brought his taste to the Joker. I'm not real keen on some of the other Jokers that have been out there. I know a lot of people didn't, but I did like Jared Leto's Joker. I wish they would have did more with him, because he had the potential of being something so wicked. Yeah, he had the potential of being something so much more. And I heard that there's supposed to be a movie coming out more about him and Harley. And I would love to see that, because they had such chemistry, and I would love to see that, because there's always that hidden aspect of the Joker that he never shows you until the last moment, and you're like, holy shit, you never expected it. But
exactly.
It's just that. Yeah.
1989, 88 film. I love that presentation that he has to Bruce when he reveals himself as the killer of Bruce's parents.
Oh yeah.
Like, tell me something, my friend. You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? And Bruce is like, what?
What? Holy shit!
You got Joker. Yeah, and you got Joker. Like, I always ask that of all my prey. I just like the sound of it.
Now see, now right there, you just did it. Okay, that just right there, the tone and everything, that brought me back to that movie right in my head. I'm seeing the whole scene play out as you're speaking it, and I'm just like, man, oh shit, that was that. Run, anime, run!
Don't need to. I got an order too.
My father was a drinker and a fiend. And one night, he comes home crazier than Mommy gets the kitchen knife to defend herself. It's my fact, not one bit. So, with me watching, he takes the knife to her, laughing while he turns to me and he says, "Why so serious?" He comes at me with the knife. "Why so serious?" The blade in my mouth. Let's put a little smile on that face. Why so serious?
And you heard it here, folks. The Joker's now joined us. We've been, ladies and gentlemen, we have just been officially invaded by two different Jokers. Yeah, it's gonna get real here now.
It's a pleasure to be here. I'll be here till Thursday.
Now, I will have to say, I do love Mark's Joker. I really do. Yeah, and the only problem I had is because when you watch the new Child's Play movie, it's there's traces of that voice in there, and it's like, man, I don't want to think about Chucky and the Joker in the same movie. I love Mark Hamill's work. I really do. I love listening to his work. He's a spectacular voice actor, good actor. Oh yeah, he's a really nice guy. It's just I can't see. I just can't watch that movie without thinking the Joker in a doll's body. I'm just like, no, that's no, I can't. That, and it really distressed. It really made me sad because it should have been closer to the other movie, because that was unique about a killer being with a killer and voodoo and being possessing a doll and trying so hard to get out of the doll's body and keep getting thwarted. You know, that made me feel. I love those movies. I have all the Chucky movies except for the last two, because and I'm not including the new one in that, because I watched The Cult of Chucky, and that one right there made me go, wow, you guys are really grasping at straws here, because this is so cheesy. It made me think of like 80s movies, horror movies, which they're so cheesy, campy style, you know? And you're just like, you kind of like, it was kind of broadcasting when things were going to happen. So you're sitting there and you're not even getting a jump scare. You're just like, oh, yeah, I saw that coming. Yeah, you know, it's overplayed.
Yeah, speaking of overplayed, I don't know if you've seen this, maybe you have, but did you see the new teaser for the new sci-fi Chucky series coming out?
No.
It actually looks promising.
After seeing the first episode of the new Loki series, I really wish they'd stop trying to like bring the movie characters into a series on TV, because after seeing the Loki one, I was really disappointed. They could have done so much different with it. You know, they could have went a whole better route with it, and I feel like they dropped the ball on it. And when you make a TV series, I feel like you should be putting in the time and effort and dedication to it, like they did for the first couple seasons of Game of Thrones, like where you had to wait for the next season, like months, and when it finally came, you were just like glued to the TV because you just couldn't believe what the hell was happening. Oh my god, I didn't see that coming. That kind of shit. That's gonna make me tune into a series. Okay, and to go on Game of Thrones, I had zero interest in Game of Thrones until the third season, when somebody sent me a little clip from the first season. And I went, what the fuck is that? And they said, Game of Thrones. And I went, oh. and I binged all of season 1, all of season 2, right up to that to the I think it was they were on episode 5. No, they were on episode 4 in season 3 of Game of Thrones by the time I caught up. And by the time I caught up to it, I was like completely hook, line, and sinker. Just like I was down for the gut, man. I and the thing that made me so angry is we waited almost 2 years for season 8 for them to rush it the way they did, and that just, oh my god, that just made me so unhappy. I was like, wow, you guys did them wrong, man. So wrong. Even the actors said that was way too rushed. Arya shouldn't have been able to kill the Night King that easily. um, Jon and Daenerys should have been a little bit more detailed. Considering if you read the book, you know what I meant by that.
How caught up are you, Chris, on Game of Thrones? Because I will bring up something that.
Oh, dude, I've seen all of it. I love all of it. I've binged it several times, all the seasons. So yeah, I'm totally caught up.
All right. What about you, Anime? Are you caught up or anything?
I haven't even watched it because I haven't gotten a chance to even get the thought of able to watch it. So.
Okay, but do you care for spoilers? In this case.
Typically, I hate spoilers, but feel free to do it because by the time I get a chance to watch it, the spoilers won't even be in my head.
All right. Spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't seen Game of Thrones. So be warned, all right? This may or may not trigger you. I was sitting there with a couple of friends of mine who was watching Game of Thrones, and one of my friends is a huge Game of Thrones fan, and he has something in common with me. We both hate King Joffrey.
Oh, Joffrey.
Joffrey to us was such a little whiner. We literally saw him and we were just like, dude, come on, get rid of this guy, man. And when we saw the banquet that he was hosting and we turned purple.
Oh, the purple wedding. The purple wedding.
Yes, exactly.
Oh.
I'm sitting here and I'm just like, oh my god, is this really happening? And then we were just like, yes! And we both chanted, fuck that prick! Fuck that prick! I was just like, you know, eat shit, Joffrey.
I really enjoyed that moment. I really enjoyed that moment, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it so much more when Lady Olenna looked at Joffrey's dad and said, "Tell Cersei I did it." And I went, "Oh, fucking, oh my god." Cuz
I was like,
I
thank you.
I was like, "Oh dear god, I never thought Tyrion did it." But anyway, yeah. Yeah, without going into a whole bunch of spoilers, there were a lot of really good moments, there were a lot of really shitty moments. I was really sad about the red wedding. The red wedding really upset me. What Cersei did and caused her last son Tommen to do really upset me because I was just like, no, because I like Tom. I when you're watching the show and you're watching these kids grow up, you know, you become attached to him and shit. And when something happens to the kid, you're just like, it's one thing when it happens to an adult. When it happens to a child, you're just like, no. I literally was watching with a group of people by that stage, and just the horrified gasps of what Tommen did was just like, there was no way to even make that, there was no way to even like to put it into words.
You have no words because you're just awestruck, and not in the good way. You're just awestruck at what has just happened. You're like, what the fuck just happened? I was the same way in The Walking Dead, and I'm talking about both the video game and the TV show.
Yeah, see, now I never got into the wanking, dude. Wanking.
You were making a joke.
I am. I am. I'm. Well, I actually have a picture somewhere. I'll have to try to find it. It's a bunch of stick figures, and it has like a whole. It has like one guy who's not a zombie, who's looking over at this entire mass of horde of wanking stick figures, and it's like all you see is fat, 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 fat. It's like the wanking dead. Yes, my daughter was real. Yeah, my daughter was real big into it. I never really. I mean, like I like Norman Reedus, but I never really got really into it past like the first couple episodes. It was just like, I'm a Resident Evil zombie person, not Wanking Dead or any of the other ones. Yeah, you'll never get over that one. That's all you're gonna see now.
Oh man, that got me thinking of the wanking dead for some reason. But anyways, going to Norman Reedus, I actually, I want to bring up the Hell of the Boss episode that, the Harvest Moon Festival. Not to
Oh
spoil the
yeah,
subject,
no, that's fine.
but I brought up like this episode to a friend of mine, and we watched it, and I literally, when we're first introduced to Stryker, I'm like, wait, why does he sound so familiar? And then later on, I'm like, when we hear him talk more and more, I literally say out of nowhere, catching my friend off guard who jumps. I'm like, is that fucking Norman Reedus? And he's just like, shit, man, you gotta stop jumping me like that. And when they show the cast and everything, I was like, I fucking called that shit.
See, I didn't even know. I watched it and everything, and I knew the voice was familiar, but I just couldn't place it. And we were in I do believe it was in Muffin Kingdom. We were actually talking about it, and someone said, "Oh yeah, that's Norman Reedus," and I went, "What? The fuck it is? You guys are you guys are jerking my chain." No, it's Norman, and that's really cool that they're building up that show, and someone like Norman took a notice into it and wanted to be a part of it, and that's really cool. I think that says a lot for him because it shows he's not too big of a star to go, yeah, I won't do stuff like that. No, he jumped right on board, and I'm glad they didn't kill. I'm glad they didn't kill the dude because I can't wait to see more of what they do with him. You know.
Yeah, not just that, but have like, to like a debut in an episode the way Norman Reedus did and Hell of the Boss, and not just that, but to debut and already be a fan favorite, that's saying a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I can understand Alistair because let's be honest, everybody loves Alistair.
There's something about a strawberry pimp that'll do that to you.
Did you just seriously call him Strawberry Pimp?
Yeah. Angel did.
All right, Angel. All right.
Well, he does look, I have to agree. He does look like a strawberry pimp.
I'm thinking about whether or not to dress up like Alucard from Helsing, or Alistair from Hazbin Hotel for this upcoming anime convention I'm doing.
Well, whatever one you do, we want pictures.
Of course. I'll try my best. I can't make any promises, but I'll try my best.
Definitely if you go Alucard, you better be sending me a picture because Alucard is the shit.
He is the shit.
I am a huge Helsing Alucard fan. I love the OVA. I love the regular version they did of it. I absolutely think it's great what Team 4-Star did to them with the abridged series. Yeah, I think it's I absolutely love what they all did, but yeah, Alucard is awesome. one of my all top favorite animes is The Hellsing. Any of them, honestly.
Oh, it's awesome. It is awesome. And I love the introduction they have for Alucard in like the first episode when we see these two vampires making out, and they hear a knock, and they're like, "Who is it?" But then he goes, "Oh, you know," and he shoots him 37. Correction, it's not 36 or 38. It was 37. Mark it down. He shoots him down, and he tells him, "Oh, real motherfucking vampire."
And now we
Yeah.
and now we went from the Jokers to Alucard visiting us. Great.
Oh yes.
Oh god, I can see Cards Against Humanity getting a whole lot worse. A whole lot worse. And I do admit we do need to do a Cards Against Humanity. It's just things have been like with what it has been hectic with what my better half and I do. We get really busy in the summer months, being constantly gone on the road doing the events. So it's a little bit harder for me to be able to jump on here and be like, "Oh, hey, let's talk about shit." But it's once fall comes and things start quieting down more, then we'll be able to. And I actually thought about using part of my stream for what we do too, because I like to make awareness about demolition derbies and figure eight racing and all this stuff that a lot of people, if you say racing to people, they think NASCAR. Well, if I want to see NASCAR, I can just put little numbers on Skittles, throw them in the toilet, and flush. So it's pretty much the same concept. Oh, they're going to go round and round in circles and do nothing. Well, that's boring to me. Figure eight racing, they're going between each other and slamming into each other, and it's a lot more exciting. And you don't even want to get me started about demolition derbies, because any car you could just smash up for fun is a riot to me.
Oh, trust me, I literally go see monster truck shows with my nephew, and he enjoys them so much.
Yeah, but monster trucks are just like you're jumping and spinning around and
You're crushing shit. It's awesome.
what are you crushing with a monster truck? You can't crush anything with a monster truck. You got tires in the way.
Trucks, cars, vans,
Oh, you're running them over.
vehicles.
Yeah, soccer mom vehicles. Yeah, those are worth crushing.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd rather see them in a derby, though. I want to see them come across an entire track and smash into somebody's ass end. I want to see nothing left of the vehicle when they're done crashing into each other.
Yeah, I want to see nothing left of that ass.
On demolition derbies, that's pretty much what it is. There's nothing left of that ass.
Yeah, exactly.
It done been smashed.
It's like the definition of demolition.
Oh yeah.
Bring a car in for demolition derby. We'll fuck your vehicle off for free.
You want to be an announcer?
That's like muscle man.
I got some friends that would be happy to have you as a announcer.
You want to come to demolition derby? We'll fuck up your vehicle for free.
Might as well be an advertiser too.
Yeah. You want to bring in a Toyota? Fuck that. You want to bring in a Nissan? Fuck that. You want to bring in a Honda? Guess what?
Get lost.
Fuck that.
Fuck that. Yeah, but you can't use the fuck though, because when you're announcing for kids and stuff, it's a family event, so you get wrecked and but we wear shirts. Okay, so there's a car called a Crown Victoria. They just call it a Vic. I have a shirt that has a picture of a Vic on it, and it says "My Vic is hard," And I cannot begin to tell you the number of jokes we were telling on the way home. We got several hours to drive home, and I cannot begin to tell you the number of jokes. I'm like, think about it. Demolition Derby drivers pickup lines. Hey, baby, my Vic isn't the only thing dirty, bent, and hard around here. Want to ride on my Vic? Yeah, it's bad stuff like that. But it's such fun. And if you look over in the general chatter, I did post up a picture. This is one of the shots. This is one of the shots that I caught from one of the national demolition derbies that we've gone to, and that's, I do believe the blue one is a Crown Vic. But that's them smashing the shit out of each other, and that's what we do. Yeah. The show is not here. We're not kid friendly here. I've done stop being kid friendly like about years ago. I don't know. Yes, delete. But
I stopped being kid friendly the moment I turned 18.
oh, I
You waited until 18?
yeah, really?
I was already non-kid friendly before I even hit 15.
No, that was a joke, guys.
Oh yeah. I kind of caught that.
But if you were hiring anybody for announcing,
I'm sure the announcers love you. I mean, one of our best friends is an announcer, and he'll tell you it's a fun job. It is.
absolutely.
You just gotta like if he bastardizes a name, he's like, I am so sorry, but think about it. Most people can't even say mine. And he's right. His last name is like a real pain in the ass to try to say. And I've tried to say it and I've messed it up too. So, and you get those out there and you're just like, I don't know what the number is of this guy. He doesn't have a number, so we're just going to call him John Doe.
I don't know the number on that guy. I don't know that name or whatever, but I'm just gonna call him John freaking Rebel.
It's a good time. If you ever get a chance to go watch one, do it. A lot of the fairs will have shows like that.
Absolutely. If I've ever, went on a vacation, I'll definitely give it a check out. No doubt about it.
I don't know everybody's locations or anything, but if you're ever close to Topeka, Kansas, go. November is their biggest one. It's they literally call it the granddaddy of all of them. Demolition derbies in the entire United States. It is the granddaddy of all the derbies. It's the granddaddy of all shows.
Right.
It's literally 4 days.
Like WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, it's huge. We pack an entire arena full of people. Yeah, it's an amazing experience. It's 4 days of demolition derby action, and
Right.
if you get the $90 pit pass, you get full access to the pits and seeing all the cars. It covers you the whole weekend. You get in 2 hours earlier than everybody else, which it's nice. It's nice to be the VIP. We've made a lot of cool friends who always try to beat us up the stairs to be first in line. They're from Nebraska, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Canada. And they all try to beat us up there, and when they come up the stairs and they see us, they're like, "My family!" It's like, yes, family time. And we will stand up there for like literally a whole 2 hours before the 2 hours we're allowed to get in, just BSing and having a great time and catching up with each other. And the weather down there is really weird because like one day we showed up, it was like 80 degrees and we're walking around in t-shirts and everything was nice. The next day it was snowing and blowing and 20 degrees and we're all like shivering in our colds in our suits and we're just like, we got this.
Yeah.
It's a different kind of cold. It's a different cold than what I'm used to because I'm up here in Michigan. So I got the lakes on either side of me. So when we get the kind of cold that comes with those, that's a bone chilling cold. And it gets right into you no matter how layered up you are. That's bone chill cold where you cannot get warm for nothing. And down there, their idea of cold is like it's cold, but it doesn't seep into you the way that it up here does because there's a lot of moisture in the air with this. So I honestly like Topeka, Kansas a lot, and I love Michigan. I love Michigan. Where I'm at is an absolutely gorgeous area. I always tell people it's a lovely place to visit. Don't live here. Seriously, I cannot. Yeah, it is. Okay, so my if you come up here, it's literally called Tawas City and East Tawas. So it's literally called the Tawases, but there's a dividing line at like Walmart. So as soon as you cross one way past Walmart, it's Tawas City. The other way is East Tawas. And if you come through Tawas, if you're coming from the south and you come upward, you go through Tawas City first. And this is the cap, and this is like the county seat. This is the county seat of the county. It's supposed to be the big like what a state capital would be to a state. And Tawas City is so run down. It's so corrupt. The government in there is just absolutely just insanely power hungry and money hungry. And everything is run down. You definitely can tell the corruption in there. You get past the Walmart into East Tawas, and it's all green, and it's all lovely, and it's all really nice, and everything looks kind of upper class. We're not really upper class. We just like to take care of our shit, you know? And we're like so much nicer. Everybody loves coming and visiting us more. But like I always tell people, it's a beautiful area to visit. Just don't live here. Seriously, don't live in Tawas City. If you're gonna come live up in the Tawases, live in East Tawas, but live away from us because we don't want to see you. I actually told I was working a couple years back at a Tractor Supply, and a gentleman came in with his wife, and they're like, "We were thinking about getting property up here," and I went, "Don't do it." And they're like, "Why?" And I'm like, "It's beautiful, isn't it?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, it's gorgeous up here." And I'm like, "Don't live here." They're like, they were so flabbergasted that I'm telling them that it's such a beautiful area. Don't live here. They had to ask why, and I explained to them about the corruption of the government in Tawas City. Because East Tawas isn't so bad, but Tawas City is like they ostracize you. They try to shun you out. They're very hypocritical people. The whole thing is if you have the last name and you have the money, you get to make the rules, nobody else. And unfortunately, that's the problem over there. And yeah, that's exactly what it is. And it's really sad that we're a tourist town. We are. When our tourists leave and our snowbirds, which are people who go down to Florida for the winter, leave, we literally are a town maybe of 2,000 to 3,000 people, if that. But when they all come back, when the snowbirds return and then the tourists come in, we'll go up to about 8,000 to 10,000 people, and everybody hates it. We all hate the tourists. We don't even call them tourists. We call them terrorists. Even though we're the ones that are the worst ones. I'll tell you a little story about what happened when we were kids. Okay, we were teenagers, and there used to be a hangout spot. The main drag in East Tawas is called Newman Street. And we used to hang out in the corner, all of us as one big group, chatting, having a good time, telling jokes, just hanging out, being cool. And these two entitled little rich kid snobs came up and were bashing on us, calling us rednecks, saying we're all inbred, making fun of our parents, all this other shit. All of us teenagers followed them back to their camper, flipped the goddamn camper over, and set fire to it. And when the guy next door came out to bitch, we flipped his camper too.
Fuck you and fuck your camper.
Now, these aren't little campers. We there's a mob of us knocking over these big ass fifth wheel trailers. We knocked these things down and set the one on fire. They never busted us. All it said in the newspaper was Tawas teens terrorize tourists.
Try saying that 10 times fast.
It's a tongue twister, and we were proud of ourselves.
Hell yeah.
But that's what happens. We get a lot of those entitled assholes up here. And so we have all grown to hate the tourists.
Not all tourists. Because, like, I'm a tourist.
I would never say all of them are bad, but the bad ones outweigh you good ones. We are, okay, you have to understand, we are right on the water, okay? Most of Tawas and East Tawas are nothing but beaches, okay? And when these tourists go to the beach, they don't clean up after themselves. They'll leave trash everywhere. Just dirty diapers from little kids, trash, bottles, whatever. They just leave all this trash and expect us to clean it up. We're not your goddamn mommy. We're not your maid. You know, you're not paying us to do this job. Get off your lazy asses and clean this shit up yourselves. And so when you especially, oh dear God, you don't even want to get me started about what 4th of July is like with these people. Needless to say, we hate the tourists up here. And we don't hate them all. We know there's some good ones in there, but a lot of the bad ones outweigh the good ones. Yeah. So we've generally just have a generalized hatred towards tourists. We don't even call you guys tourists anymore. We just call you terrorists. We're just like, oh shit, the terrorists are coming in. You know, and we all tend to either hide in our houses because we don't want to deal with you. Or if we're out, we try to take the back roads because we don't want to deal with you either. Otherwise, road rage comes out. And I try not to be road rage, but I fail at that so miserably. And my guy, who blessedly today is his birthday, my guy will say he doesn't have he'll say he doesn't have road rage. Oh dear God, he's got road rage. I've seen it. His is more freeway though. Not really so much town unless the tours are really being bad, and then he's just like, "What the fuck?" He sounds like that parrot on YouTube. What the fuck? What the fuck? Yeah, a whole bunch of that. He's like, are they stupid? Yeah, they're stupid, honey. I don't tell you. We do with them every year. You know they're stupid. But yeah, it's a beautiful area up here. I absolutely encourage people to come up and visit it at least once. I'm not even kidding. I have seen license plates from every single state, including Hawaii and Canada here. So I know this little spit mark on the map is actually known for being beautiful. As I just don't encourage you to live here. There's really there's nothing in the way of career jobs. A lot of business owners are really shitty. They treat people very wrong. People don't understand why there's such high turnover rates in most of these businesses. It's because of the management. People don't leave a good job because they're not happy. They don't leave that because of that. They leave because of bad management. And that's a lot of what up here is. It's a lot of really shit jobs. It's a lot of corrupt government, but the area is nice. Oh, and the people here, most of the people here, about 98% of them, are fucking nosy Nancy's. They want to know what you're doing all times. You know, they don't care to check on you unless something happens. And then it's like, who, what, when, where, why, how, to what extent, and what can we get out of this? Yeah, that's how most of the people are up here. And you'll get that in most small towns, but up here for some reason seems to be really amplified. So, yeah, I would definitely say don't come up here.
Understandable. I'm just gonna say, well, good luck, because if I ever toured in some place go like, "Oop, I dropped that," and then throw it away. So you're in luck. And also, speaking of VIP passes, anime, I don't think you've been around to hear this story of mine. My first WWE live show when I was like 12 or 13 years old.
Oh.
Yep. I already told Chris about it, so she already knows about it.
Quack.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
The quack has begun. Ah! We're going quackers. I'm on quack.
I'm on Quickle Quack.
Yay, quack is good. Drugs are bad. Drugs are
Yeah,
bad.
I'm not twisted.
Drugs are bad, okay?
Hey, remember, kids. Remember, kids. Hugs, not drugs.
Stranger danger! Stranger danger! Hugs.
Really? Remember the, since you just did that, I literally love that character. What's his name on South Park?
Oh,
Long glasses.
Mr. Mackey.
Going like,
Drugs are good bad,
he's
okay?
like, drugs are bad right now, kids. Okay?
Yeah, that's
Teach you some discipline right now, okay?
that's Mr. Mackey.
What's up? I love Mr. Mackey. He's hilarious. Alright, now listen here, Chris. Drugs, they make you go crazy, alright? They make you hopped up on crystal quack, okay?
Quack.
You have to get off that stuff right now, okay? Yeah, you got to stop it, okay?
Oh, God.
You need to stop it right now, okay?
But I like my quack.
Oh. You need to stop quack, okay?
Ducking intensified. Quack, 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 quack.
Hey, stop the quacking right now, okay?
That's it. It's probing time.
Oh, good. I'm not even gonna go there.
I went there.
Oh, Lord. I gotta stop myself laughing. Thank you, Chris. I really do need that. I really did need this.
Hey, that's what we're here for. Raging and laughs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm more for the laughs than raging myself. And thank you. Anyways, the first wrestling live show I went to when I was 12 or 13 years old. I remember it was my first WWE live show, and it was a SmackDown event. And I remember seeing all of these faces: Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero, fucking Paul Heyman.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm talking about? Like, I've seen
Yep.
all these faces that are much larger than life and have been seen on a screen, and now I'm seeing them in person, hearing them in person. And I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. But I tell you, one character who stood out above all the rest, man, this is somebody who me and Chris can actually agree on and think this is one of the greatest of all time and deserves to be in the Hall of Fame spot. I remember the lights went out, and I remember feeling this chill in the air, and there was a gong, and everybody went wild, and I'm thinking to myself, like, who is this? And it sounds cool, though, and, I remember seeing blue or purple lighting, and I've seen smoke fill up the arena, and I see this big man wearing a hat and a trench coat, and they introduce him as the Undertaker. And I'm just like, holy shit. Because I'm seeing a legend before my very eyes. And it was like, in a way, when I was a kid, and I'm a believer in God, okay? I'm a Christian, but at that moment, when I saw him walk out there, it was like I was looking at an entrance of a God. And I was like, I am not worthy. I am not worthy at all. And when I met him backstage, The Undertaker was one of the most sweetest, most nicest dudes you'll ever meet. He was way different than how he was presented as a character. Because when I met Mark Calloway, really nice guy.
Oh, yeah. I know. I'm so jealous of him.
Even told me herself. Yeah, and if I really
Yep.
crawl, oh, it's all come together. It's all come together.
I'm gonna say this right now. When he first told me about that, my jealousy level went right through the roof. I was like, I've always looked up to the Undertaker. I've always wanted to meet the Undertaker. I thought he was just an amazing character. I remember his SummerSlam, or was it SummerSlam? No, In Your House um premiere when he first came in, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, you know, he just comes walking out, and they're like, "Oh my god, look at this man! Look at oh!" I'm sitting there and I'm like, "Wow!" Just just the intensity coming off of him, and I kept thinking, "Man, this man." I even told my brothers next because we were all young. I looked at my brothers next to me as we're watching this pay per view, and I'm like, that one's gonna be a big superstar." And little did you know when you're watching that, you're watching you're watching the birth of a legend right there. You know,
Exactly.
the respect and the integrity and everything about him. It was just like, yeah, it was just everything, you know. And I've seen what backstage where he's done nice things for people, and you know, I would have felt like just completely honored to have actually just met the guy one time, because it's like I would love to ask him, what made you come up with this? Did you realize when you were walking out as the Undertaker, because he was already in WCW as Mean Mark Callis, Mean Mark Callis, and he came in and wrestling as Big Red. I mean, he had all these other personas before, but I would love to ask him, did you know at the time that you created the Undertaker, what you were that you would become a legend? Because that's I would love to hear his answer for myself. I mean, I know he's answered it in some ways, but I mean, like, I would love to just pick his brain about what made him come up with him. You know,
Well,
eh,
this is actually how the idea came about, Chris. The idea of the Undertaker came about long before Survivor Series of 1990, because Vince McMahon, believe it or not, at first was not interested in Mark Calloway.
yeah,
Like, he had the height and the build, but he was not interested in him. But then, of course, like, he remembers, like, he remembers, like, how Vince McMahon was creating these doodles, these random doodles, and one of those doodles happened to be a Western mortician. Like, the hair over his eyes, and just looks like the Grudge, basically,
yeah,
but with a robe and the hat, and you can't see his eyes, and that made it look so grim Reaper-esque that, he decides, you know what? Since Mark had the build and the appearance and the intimidation factor of this character, I'm going to call him up. So he calls up Undertaker, and at the time, he was just Mark. He calls up Mark, and Mark picks it up. He goes, "Hello?" And Vince is on the other line. He goes, "Yes, hello, is this the Undertaker?" And Mark looks at the phone. He's confused. He's like, but then he goes, "Yes, this is the Undertaker."
mm,
Yeah. And then when they brought in that character, it's like everything snowballed from there. From Survivor Series 1990 to right now, to have that longevity and such a career like that, and not just a career, but a WrestleMania streak. And can you imagine, Chris? 21 victories at WrestleMania. Unheard of.
yeah, again,
21 and 0.
he never should have lost to Brock, though. Not Brock.
Yeah.
I mean, I like
Bray Wyatt was number 1.
I like Brock. I think he's a tremendous MMA fighter. I think he's a great wrestler. He's got a good persona. He's a really nice guy outside of the ring, but
Uh,
it shouldn't have been. It shouldn't have been Brock.
yeah. I
It's
mean, like, that's good that you think he's a nice guy. I've just heard stories that, oh, that's not persona, that's really who he is, and he's not much of a people. And
I've
he's
heard
not.
that too.
Yeah, he really doesn't like people.
Oh, I don't like people either, but you guys all seem to think I'm cool.
Yeah, that's because you are cool.
I love when you guys lie to me.
I'm not lying to you.
Lie to me, I love it.
Well, that's because it's the truth.
I can't lie even if I wanted to. You're legit one of the best people that I've met in the past several years on this entire Discord platform.
He's got a point.
Aw, you guys are gonna make me blush or vomit. I can't tell which first.
Why not both at the same time?
Oh my god, I've got a Vissy! I got a Vissy.
Oh,
Hey, Pissy.
how you doing?
Anywho, but yeah, that was the story of when I met the Undertaker. And now, Chris, if I ever got a cameo video of the Undertaker and he says, "Who do I make it out to?" I would say, make it out to Dragon Goddess.
Eee.
Video to you, just because. Yeah, and of course, a Dragon Goddess is the Undertaker.
I'd be so mad at you,
Like,
but at the same time,
why would you be mad at me? He's making a message to you.
I know, but at the same time, it'd be like, God damn it, dude. God damn it, dude, why? God damn it, dude, why? So I feel, yeah. Vissy, I got a lovely bunch of coconuts too, and mine are like mine are not really coconuts. Mine are more like honeydew melon. Yeah, cantaloupe. That's it. Cantaloupes. Yeah. All right, so I figured I'd do a little screen sharing of the little fun stuff that I like to do. Like I'm really known for putting up pictures of weird shit and stuff. So since we were talking about Superman earlier, and I found this one again because I was laughing about it. I got Superman here putting on an apron. Golly, I better make Batman a sandwich before he slaps me like the bitch I am. I cannot tell you how many of my friends lost their shit over that one. They were just like, "Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Superman's not that. He's not anybody's bitch." I would. No. Vissy is no longer a goody goody. Vissy, when were you ever a goody goody?
I actually saw a Justice League Thanksgiving parody, and there's literally the first line is by Martian Manhunter, and he doesn't talk like his normal usual talk. He actually talks like, "When's dinner ready? Mom, that's you, Superman." And I just found that so funny that even Martian Manhunter sees him as practically just a poster boy.
He is a poster boy.
Yeah.
So if you can see the screen, this is like the most heinous thing ever created. Do not ever bring an unfrosted Pop-Tart into my fucking house. Ever. Whoever thought of unfrosting a Pop-Tart deserves to be shot and dismembered.
I love Pop-Tarts, either which way.
Oh, you're blasphemous. No. I'm blueberry and s'more, but you don't ever bring that shit in and unfrosted, ever. Or you get this response: knives everywhere.
That makes sense. Believe it or not, I actually eat my s'mores frosted, like the s'mores Pop-Tarts. I mean.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
I have been a goody goody, but now I'm embracing the bad bitch personality. I remember you when you were the bad bitch personality. You were the demoness.
Everybody's gotta be bad sometimes.
Yeah, but this is Bissy.
Yeah, let me tell you something. Sometimes it actually feels good to be bad.
My Firefox crashed.
Damn.
Rip.
R.I.P. my Firefox.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a dog. I forgot. I took pictures. If you see the screen, this is there's a Cocker Spaniel and then there's the Irish Cocker. Oh, thank you. I don't even know what the hell that was.
Did you just say Irish Cocker?
I did. Okay, so there's a. All right, you can laugh about it, but think about it. Okay, there's a Cocker Spaniel.
No, I know it's a real breed. But...
You're a bad dog. Stop it. Okay, so this is. That's it. I'm done with you. I'm done with you.
No, go ahead.
No, I'm done with you. No. No. No.
Come on, Chris.
No. No. I'm done with you. No, you done ruined it now.
Chris.
You want to redeem yourself? Say what's on my screen.
Alright, where do I go to?
Look at the stream. Yeah, look right on the stream. Either
About the Chrome quote.
no, I'm talking about if you go to like YouTube or Twitch or Trovo, one of the streams, you can see what's going on.
There you go. I have no fucking idea where to go.
Really?
Oh boy.
He is lost.
It's like,
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Do you have a Twitch?
no,
There we go. There.
Directions.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Directions.
Really?
Yeah,
I
like
want
the.
you to say that.
No, I don't want you to say that. I want you to say that.
In the Chrome voice.
And go for it in the Grunk voice or the Joker voice or whatever voice you want to use.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, hold up. I'm gonna say it.
There it is, right there. Did it not show up?
Alright, you want me to say that?
Yeah, I want you to say.
Go ahead.
Alright. The meth was good when you snow blow your lawn in the summer. Ah, good old delicious meth. I don't even know what meth tastes like. I hear it tastes like a very good sugary summer drink.
I don't think.
Damn it, Kronk.
Ah, you gotta love meth.
This is
Do drugs or alcohol. That was actually fun.
this is literally how I feel. The day is not complete until I terrify a complete stranger.
The day is not complete when I terrify a complete stranger.
It's a Michi!
Evil Kronk is in the neighborhood. Don't let me catch you around in my
God.
Trying to look. Oh, here we go. My daughter has this really big thing about llamas.
So now do you forgive me?
Oh, jeez.
I might get you to read a couple more of these.
Oh boy, again. Okay, I'm gonna go back.
Get used to it.
I don't think I'll ever get used to it.
The insanity is never
Mom, I
something.
just really need to focus on my art right now.
Emo llamas.
Mom, I just really need to focus on my art right now. Get off my back, woman!
I'm gonna say this right now. This picture, I know it's kind of small and everything, but if they ever installed a fucking full loop like that for the freeway, I would be so tempted to try it, even though it'll kill me.
Is it just me, or did that llama have a
It had a beaver do. It did. Hi, Michi.
Makes sense because Justin Bieber is a bit of a
Girl.
lobbit jackass mother. Well, that too. All right. Anything else you want me to read?
I don't know, everything that pops up.
Give her a minute.
Cooking, are you? Cooking, are you? Allow me to play the song of my people. Allow me to sing the song of my people. It goes a little something like this. Cooking with Gronk, cooking with Gronk. Get down and funk.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What?
You know you love it, anime.
He's got a
You know
point.
you love it.
He's got a point. He's got a point, anime. You know you do.
No.
Anna.
Everyone else can go blow themselves. Why? Because I am simply just bad ass.
This is something I would see anime saying. Honestly.
Everyone else.
No. Oh, Crunk can't be bad. Crunk isn't bad.
I'm into emo music now. I'm crying myself to sleep.
This one's a good one that Crunk should be saying.
Oh God. Okay. What have you got? Really?
Yeah, really.
On my funeral, I'd like there to be a pinata so that people can be happy. Like Yzma, she was a pinata, and we saw how that turned out. But filled with bees, so they're not too. Wait, why do I want to be filled with bees?
Bees. You get bees and you get bees.
Because last time I checked, you're allergic to bees, aren't you, Gronk?
I know. Why are you trying to kill me, Chris?
You'd be already dead. Okay, so
No, they're not bees.
so
Bees is wasp.
so we were talking earlier about genetics and like the whole full-blooded half wolf and saying dragon hybrid thing. And then we were talking about donkey and dragon having offspring. If you can see the screen, this is what happens when genetics are allowed to go completely rampage. A squirrel and a tiger. There was some help, I'm sure.
Very easy. Squirrels are small.
I doubt that was easy. My only question is, how is the tiger not eating the squirrel?
This is
I don't mean sexually,
dirty.
fucking perverts.
Yeah. My level of sarcasm is to a point where I don't even know if I'm kidding or not. That is totally me. I literally, my level of sarcasm, half the time I'm so sarcastic, I don't even realize I'm doing it until someone goes, you realize that was kind of sarcastic, right? And it's like, wait, what? What did I say?
Yeah, I mean, your sarcasm is actually kind of funny sarcasm. Like, it's fun.
It can be.
I like it.
It can be. Let's how bad can you do a demon voice?
Me?
Yeah.
Shit. I mean, I can't do it really bad because a lot of people have told me I do a pretty good demon voice. But I'm not going to do it right now because it will really put a strain on my throat.
What about you, anime?
I can do a Pennywise voice. That counts as a demon, right?
I'm a natural demon, so I can do it relatively well.
So then you might want to actually read this one.
Alright. Go ahead, anime. Read away, dude.
Okay. So first off, I gotta zoom in real quick.
Yeah, that one is a little small.
Is it the driving school one?
Yeah.
No.
Wait, what? You're not looking at... You don't see the driving school one?
I see it.
I see the one with the bit of a something that's on fire at the top there.
Yeah, that's the driving school one. Ah! It went away.
Okay.
Hang on. I gotta go back to it.
Still seeing it. Yeah, I still see it.
It popped away.
And you said you wanted
Go away.
to be in a demon voice?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, cute puppy.
Yeah, that's Cooper.
Well, Cooper's adorable.
It's not mine.
Aw, pig and boots. Well, either way, still cute.
Got a delay. That's what we got.
Yep.
No pressure. You got this.
You got this. You just...
I said stop.
Crunk and a demon arguing. You heard it here, You heard it here, folks. You will never hear this shit again. Crunk and a demon going back and forth. You'll never hear this shit again.
I officially exercised the demon.
Stop, says the red light. Go, says the green. Wait, says the yellow light. Twinkling in between. Kneel, says the demon light with its eye of coal. Sauron knows your license plate and stares into your soul.
That was beautiful. Was that poetry? That was really poetic.
I'm sorry, but if I saw a traffic light on fire, I probably would feel like that would be the eye of Sauron staring down at me.
Hey, Chris, we haven't heard you read something, so go ahead. Give it another read.
Oh, you want me to read something? Holy crap.
Yeah. Read it however you want.
Okay. Give me a second to scroll through some of these.
Polly bear.
Oh, here we go.
Polly bear.
So we got a beagle here. It says, "You want me to come? Couldn't I just fake it like your girlfriend?" I may appear harmless, but inside I'm completely badass.
Nice. Oh my god. I'm not gonna lie, but that actually was a good one. You want me to calm?
Yeah, I got all kinds of stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is if you see this picture of this guy that suddenly appeared on my screen. He's got a blue and white hat on. This guy,
Yep.
This is my firstborn.
Oh wow.
I spawned that.
Cool kid. Cool kid.
Yeah, he'll be 27 this year. Yeah.
Very nice.
I made a good one.
Cool kid. That's all I can say.
Yeah, good job. Yay.
Yay.
Yay, you did good. Look, the other side of Winnie the Pooh that you never thought you'd see.
Oh, bother. Well, this is what happens when I eat too much honey. I've got to stop eating honey. I've got to stop eating honey like a fucking crack addict. What the fuck?
There's a lot of what the fucks in my equip. So yeah,
What the fuck at the art? This is really incredible.
yeah.
Dodge rail. Oh, that was
Oh, I can't. I already went past it. I know I got a lag on this thing, so it's all kinds of laggy.
I love the Speed Buscemi one. Meanwhile, the Dodge Factory.
Y'all are getting lag. It's almost instant for me.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, it's instant for me, but it's I guess it's lagging a little bit for others.
Right.
Okay.
Well, guys, it's 5:50 in my time area. I think I'm gonna have to call it a night or morning here.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to vanish too. Once again, if anyone wants to just donate to help keep the Discord bots going for Muffin Kingdom, that's a personal bot that you have to pay for. I do it out of the kindness of my heart, but it still costs me $90 a year. It's just something I just do. Anyone wants to donate, you can. If you don't, if you want to make a subscription or just follow, both are fine. I never know how to end these things because I'm half asleep again. But
Until then, I'm Dominator, and this was Anime, and this was the lovely Dragon Goddess.
quack.
To remind you,
Don't
Quack.
Yeah, we're here to remind you drugs are bad, okay?
Very cool, amigas and amigos.
It's